you were doing something.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Duhe Speed Shop YouTube channel. And I got a surprise for y'all this Saturday morning, June 7th. That's right, y'all. We got my wife's 2022 Suburban in here. Y'all, she thinks I didn't get her a Mother's Day present, and every day she reminds me of that. But little did she know I had something in the back pocket. I just had to put it all together because I had to get stuff from here, but we finally got everything to do this task. So let me give y'all a rundown on what we're doing. First off, she's always complaining that I ride stuff with cool wheels. You know what I'm saying? This, that. And she's always riding on lame stock wheels. Well, guess what, y'all? She getting them 24s. And she gonna get a 2.5-inch drop kit. All right, rundown on this kit. You lower the front with these coils, right? That gives you about a 2.25 drop. You put them on. You take the front OG coils, put them on the back. Gives you a 2.5. Done. You go put the wheels on, get alignment when you can. That's how you could drop these things for less than $200. Also, I had to get this tool, y'all, from that Harbor Freight. That McPherson strut tool compressor set. Here's the part number for these coils. I'm gonna use these, probably not these. These if you wanna put them under there and raise it up slightly. But yeah, y'all, let's get started. To take the front strut out the front, you're gonna need an 18mm and a 15mm. I don't know the rest yet, but I'll let y'all know as I go. And y'all, just to reiterate, she has no idea, y'all. I wanna do this. It's 4 in the morning right now. I wanna do this, put the car back in the driveway where she had it parked, and tell her to come outside and come see what happened to your car. And she gonna be like, what the heck? Well, at least that's I hope was gonna happen. All right, y'all, let's get started. Times are wasted. She could wake up at any moment. Dang that. Ooh, hey, and if y'all new here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all, getting ready to head to Alpha Customs right now and go get them tires put on them rims, baby. Head on over there with me, y'all. Gotta make sure everything's protected real nice for the ride home. Put one of the wheels in, covered, and I'm gonna put a piece of cardboard for safety features. Me and D doing a secret wheel unload. Getting them in the garage. I'm gonna sneak back in here. Lower that thing. Yeah, the passion project. Look good. Y'all, believe it or not, I've never put this car on my lift yet, so bear with me. I had to get it on there. Fits pretty good. Excuse the mess, y'all. We've been thrashing on D's El Camino the last few days, and this is a secret project, so I didn't want to be too conspicuous. Let's get started. Let's bust these wheels off. Bust these 20s off with a 22 millimeter, yeah. Yeah, y'all. Our car actually had factory 18s on it. I don't know if y'all remember. These are the 20-inch GMC wheels that I had on my Turbo Suburban. But I put the Chevy center cap and they look a lot better than them 18. But they still ain't no 24. All right, y'all, just ran into my first snag and I ain't even really started yet. I just put the rim on the test fitted. And I cannot use the lug nuts that came with the original car. A 22 millimeter socket don't even fit in the hole in here. So I'm gonna hurry up and drop it, y'all. And hopefully by 8 o'clock when Rollins is open. And I could go over there and get some smaller spline style lug nuts. They say they got some in stock, so. All right, we're gonna go ahead. Bust these at the bottom, y'all. With your 15 millimeter. And we're gonna take our 18 and bust these. Then we can just pull this car right out of there. Pretty easy. Let me get to this, y'all. I'm losing time rapidly. All right, y'all, got the first strut out. Let me show y'all what I needed to do. Couldn't quite get the strut out at first. I had to take the nut off the bottom of this so that way this could do this. And then it was able to come off. Now I'm gonna use my tool, compress that, take that off right there. And then I can swap these cars. I'll put that back on the car. All right, y'all, pull this off. I also needed an 18 millimeter in this because the dang thing was spinning. Now we can take pressure off our tube, bust all this off of there. All right, got the strut out. Lowering car next to the original. I'm gonna go ahead and modify this. Probably just cut it right here and put it back in there, yeah. All right, y'all, got the bump stop cut on that right in half. It's still raised up above there, so that'll bump that if it gets too low. Let's go ahead and assemble this back, yeah. And slip that back on like that. All right, let me go ahead and put it back together, yeah. All right, y'all, it's about 6:20. I'm fully wrapped up with the front. Both sides done. All right, now I'm gonna move on to the back and I'm gonna use the front coils that came out of there to lower the back. And for that, you need yourself a T15 to get this peeled up a little bit so you can access them top bolts. You're gonna need yourself a 24 millimeter to drop this. They say you wanna undo that lower control arm, it makes it easier to get the strut out of there, yeah. And a 21 millimeter for that, and back up here, 18 millimeter, yeah. Let me get to work. All right, y'all, we got the rear out just like I told y'all. Had to drop this lower to be able to get it out of there. Comparison of the old rear versus installing the front on the rear. Probably gonna lose a little bit towing capacity, y'all, but oh well. I got my Yukon out and I'm gonna tow it, so I'm sure this thing will still tow, y'all. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. It's a much beefier rear car. But also, this car was made to hold the weight of the engine for a long time. So, we're going to see. Let me get it installed. All right. I cut one of these little things off the rear bump stop. We're going to keep it about this long. And throw it back together, yeah. Get it in the car. All right, y'all. I was able to get this one on without even using the spring compressor. It's about perfectly like captured right now. Was able to fully put the nut on. It's fully captured and it's just barely squeezing it. So that makes it easy. Let's go throw this in the car, yeah. Y'all also make sure y'all marking this stuff so that way it all lines back up. All right, we got this shock in. I'm gonna leave this bolt out right here till I do the other side because it all gotta come up at the same time due to being connected by this sway bar right here, yeah. It won't let me, like it's so much shorter on the other side, it won't let me pull it up to it. So I'm gonna do them both, then adjust accordingly. Adjust accordingly, Diva. Alright, y'all. Just got in the Yukon. Going run the autos on. See if I can get some lug nuts for this thing, y'all. Cause the sun's out and it's only a matter of time for my wife and them kids wake up, y'all. So I don't want to get caught mid-act. I got it, all the suspension on. It was crazy because when I started in the garage, it was pitch black, dark, and now it's sunny. Kind of takes me back to building a square body dually for power tour vibes. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Catch me when I get back. We got the goods, y'all. We got some lug nut. Then take a 3/4 socket, y'all, so it'll fit in that hole in that rim. Let's pull back up and hopefully we can pull this off without getting seen. Y'all, evidently lug nuts must be heavily stolen because these things are like trying to break out of prison to open them. Y'all quit stealing lug nuts. Come on, y'all. Y'all making it hard to open the package. Let's go ahead and get them on. I just test fit one. It looked good. It's kind of on the shallow side. I'm about to measure it up to make sure it'll fully be good, but I think it will. All right, y'all, moment of truth. Let's lower it down. Oh yeah, y'all. She gonna love this ride. Mm-hmm.
Come on. Where y'all at? Right here.
I moved your car out the grass.
I knew you were doing something. Waking up at 4 in the morning.
You fucks with her? Nah.
They look good.
It's also dropped 2.5 inches. It's probably gonna settle a little bit. Y'all like mama's new wheels? And they got wheel sensors so she know the air pressure now.
They look really good.
This let her drill all night when I was sleeping.
It took me 3 hours. Oh well.
Is that
Yeah.
your Mother's Day present?
Yep.
I knew you was doing something.
PSA, y'all, after I cut the camera off, she said, "Thank you, I love him," and gave me a kiss. Just so y'all guys knew she wasn't ungrateful.
I'm not.
All right, now we gonna eat a little breakfast. We're gonna cruise it, see how it handle on the road. Probably gonna bring it for an alignment one of these days. But it honestly don't look too bad, I ain't gonna lie. Slight negative camber. Nothing crazy. All right, we doing 70. Steering wheel looking pretty good. It ain't pulling all over the place. I'm still gonna get it aligned, no doubt. But it's feeling good, y'all. It ain't really what you call that, wobbling. It's smooth. Feeling good. We gotta ride for a little while, let the tire pressure sensor calibrate. You like the fact that I went with the brushed aluminum and not chrome or black?
Yeah, I'm not a chrome person anymore, or a black rim person.
She says she ain't a chrome or black rim gal anymore, in case y'all couldn't hear, with all that airline traffic. Alright, y'all, just realizing I didn't give y'all a real good rundown description on what I got for wheel and tire setup, so let me run that down with you right now. What y'all looking at is EVOK EV01 24x10s all the way around with a plus 25 offset. If y'all need a look at how much they tuck in. And we also went with, per recommendation, we went with the Venom Power Ragnarok 295 35 24. Real nice tire. I think they're 420 tread wear, y'all. They got a super nice pattern to them. And I heard good things about these tires, so we're gonna give them a try. And all right, y'all, appreciate y'all watching this video. Quick to the point, we dropped the thing, did the little surprise, give y'all a rundown. Make sure y'all drop a sub if y'all new over here. All right, y'all, peace, later.